everybody, welcome to part 3 to this readathon, which is actually going to be a very short vlog. So it is the 30th. It is the night before New Year's Eve and the night before the last day of this readathon. So the last I left, I was about to make dinner for Christmas and it came out pretty good. My husband and I, we tag teamed it. I started a couple of things and he saw things through to the end. Yeah, it was pretty quiet. It was just the two of us, really. And then Christmas Day, we had, Christmas over Zoom with our families and phone calls and all that. So a relatively quiet holiday. And then the rest of the week has been me just like getting the final touches done in the place. I think tomorrow I'm going to try to give you a tour of the place because I am pretty much done. There are 2 more things I still need to hang, like one I have and one like I want to get, but I'll show you when I actually give a tour of the place. But in regards to reading, this is what I have. I don't know what prompts they're going to count, but we're going to see what we got. So I started this, In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. This gave me such Hallmark Christmas movie vibes that I just had to get it. Basically, our main character, what's her name? May's our main character, and she just had a terrible Christmas at the family cabin. And then as they're leaving the family cabin, they get into a car accident, but that triggers her going back into time and reliving that Christmas. And now we get to see if she purposely tries to change things. And the other thing that I've started that I've actually gone a little bit farther in is Check Please Volume 2, or Book 2 rather, Sticks and Scones. Whereas we follow Biddy as he continues on with his schooling and he gets, support his boyfriend who's now this famous NHL star from like the sidelines. Love the characters, love the art style so far. I see me fully rating this like 4 or 5 stars, very highly. But again, I don't really recall what prompts I have left at this point. I know I have 105 points, that I do remember. And I've done like 5 or 6 prompts. I'm obviously not going to finish A Promised Land. I have gotten a little bit farther into it and it makes more sense about his writing style now. Apparently that's just part of his personality. He really likes to get really thorough when he talks about things. In fact, right now where I am, he's talking about being on the campaign trail and like answering a little too thoroughly at some of these questions, and his like campaign people are like, hey, you need to really tone it down. So it's good to know that that's just his personality, and the stories have become a little bit easier to read. Like I said that they were pretty dry before, but it's not as dry now. So Obama has now officially hit his groove in regards to this book. I'm still not finishing it. This is like 28 discs and I think I'm now on like disc 4. So clearly not finishing it in a day. Not unless that's all I plan to do tomorrow, which is incorrect. I actually have to work tomorrow, which is why this is going to be a very quick intro and check-in because I should get to bed. It's like 11 o'clock now and I don't want to be tired tomorrow. So we'll check in tomorrow. I do have some filming to do. I meant to do it Tuesday. But Morena's from My Name is Morena's does this like yearly collab video of our favorites and least favorite books of the year. And I really want to participate in that. And I still have to film that. And the due date's tomorrow. But we're going to see how tomorrow goes. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Alrighty, I just filmed the collab video that I had mentioned very quickly last night. So today was wild. Today was a really busy shift. And it was only half a day. It was a lot, and frankly, I'm amazed I've survived. And then as soon as I got home, well, I actually didn't go home right away. I went to Roche Brothers. There was a couple of things that we needed to get. We wanted to get like something bubbly for midnight because it is New Year's Eve, and we also needed to grab some grapes. My husband's family is Portuguese, and this is their thing that they do every year. I don't think it's necessarily a Portuguese tradition. With 10 seconds left of the year, ladies are actually supposed to jump on the couch. As they're standing on the couch, eat 12 grapes in the 10 seconds left of the year. And for each grape that you successfully eat and swallow, that's 1 month of good luck for the year. I usually fully eat 6 of them if I'm lucky, but I always try to get at least 12 in my mouth so we can at least hope and pray for a very good year. And even though it's going to be just me and my husband this year, we are Zoom calling or like FaceTiming uh, our friends. Like we have this other couple that we hang out every year on New Year's Eve. They've just had a baby, so they're probably not going to want to fully stay up till midnight, but we have a call scheduled with them for later on in the evening. And we usually have them over. We drink, play board games, do the grapes thing at midnight, and then we call it an evening. So definitely not a fully raucous evening, but it was still something that we did every year, and it feels very weird not doing that this year. So we're going to attempt to FaceTime them, but they've just had their first child, and that said child is teething, so this could be a disaster for them, but we're going to try. How much time do I have left before that? So it's 8:40. That FaceTiming event is until 10 o'clock. So at this point, I haven't read it all today. Not a single page. And the only prompt I have left is Donner, which is read something that's hidden inside. And I did choose to read Letters to Father Christmas. It's relatively short. I'm actually going to do that now. And I'll check in with you guys when I finally have done that. Because I'm not finishing A Promised Land. I'm not finishing that. So that's one prompt I can't do, which means I'm not doing the Christmas Star prompt. There was 2 bonus prompts. One was the Christmas Star, read something that was over 500 pages. Did not do that because that was supposed to be A Promised Land. And the other one was Slaying It, which was basically that I could get double points on any prompt, I think. But I had to have completed all the prompts first in order to get that. And since I didn't complete all the prompts, I'm not going to get that. But we're going to try to do this last one, Donner. And honestly, this is really good. I'm very impressed with how much I've read this week. Well, not this week, but this month, considering I've moved and then made sure to unpack completely and get Christmas decorations up and then prep for Christmas baking. I did a lot. And the fact that I got the majority of the prompts has colored me impressed. But no, very much like Barack Obama in his book, I'm like going off for no reason. So I end it here. I'm gonna read that last bit and I'm gonna finally do like an outro for this video. So the outro will either be filmed tonight or tomorrow. I haven't quite decided, but I'll see you guys later. Bye. Happy New Year, everybody. Okay, as promised, here is finally the tour of my new place. As you can see immediately, look how brighter, so much brighter this place is in comparison to the old place. Like the old place, it was dark to begin with, but I had to always keep the shades closed. Like I had to keep the shades closed because it being on the first floor, all my windows actually face the entrances where everyone else came in. And I didn't really like knowing that people could see into my place. So it was doubly dark. But let's go in the kitchen first, since that's usually how we come in anyways. I'm running the dishwasher, so that's what you're hearing right now. It's so loud. So if you can't hear me over it, I apologize. So here's one of the entrances. My back is actually on that particular entrance. And as you can see, a fancy new kitchen. Yep, dishwasher's going, and I have that stack of dishes that couldn't fit in there. And I know the bread's not in the bread box. That bread's currently thawing out. But the cabinets are already 10 times nicer. And that backsplash, ooh. Rest of the kitchen. And now let's go into this little hallway here. Here is the bathroom. A little bit smaller than the other one, but that's okay. That's the cart I mentioned in the first video of this readathon. And that was a little bit difficult to put together, but we did it. I finally actually have some under sink storage. Favorite thing I bought for this new place. Quality piece of art. Now we go, turn off lights. Now we go into the hallway. This is Jack's office. I'm going to be completely honest, I don't know how clean this room is because I don't usually go in here, but this is Jack's office. Well, it's not terrible. There's a rogue sock. It's not terrible. See, rogue sock. Not terrible. He's in the in the actual office today. Normally he works from home. Oh, so the desk is a bit of mayhem. I'm not going to show that. There we go. And this is the balcony I got. I don't want to show the outside because I don't want you guys seeing where I live. It is really messy out here. I am going to have to clean it and spruce it up. But I'm actually super excited. I have a balcony. Oof, as I stumble to get in. Yeah, I was about to say it's not terrible in here. His actual desk is a giant mess and I'm not going to show that. Now we're going to hide his sitting. To be fair, he didn't think I was going to go in there today, so no harsh judgments there. And he's not here to actually defend himself. The living room. As you can see, we've kept the really ugly plaid couches and chair set from the old place. That's actually a sewing project I'm currently working on. Don't mind that. We finally got ourselves a coffee table and an end table. I actually love this. I love that I got this in a basket too. So our living room blankets actually have a place to live now. Go over here and we have my new bookshelves, or rather these two bookshelves are from the old place. This one's new. I quickly realized that I wouldn't have the room to like have book piles like I had at the old place, so I just went ahead and got a new bookcase. I would have preferred to have gotten like a taller one, but I'm not allowed to actually nail anything into the walls here, and I was very worried that if I got the tall one I wouldn't be able to anchor it and it'd be a problem. So we did not do that. The art and photos that I use command strips to all hang. This is another thing that I got new for this place. I love this. I think this is the coolest thing. I'm going to list the link of where I got it down below. But basically this guy does maps of real places in the fantasy style, as you can see there. And he does it in like two different prints, like regular paper and antique looking paper. As you can see, I had to get the antique paper. I love this so freaking much. And it's really detailed too. Like Amherst, where I went to college, the Connecticut River, the Berkshires, Boston right there, and all the like little like factory towns up here too. Cape Cod. This is fabulous. I love this. This was absolutely worth the money buying. And you know, the random knickknacks I had that I just needed a place for. And then of course we have the other entrance to the place. And me. I love having a mirror here because it means I get to actually, you know, check how I look before like running outside. This is actually the entrance I personally use a lot. Jack uses the other one. The space behind the couch, and it leads up full circle to our dining space. As you can see, I've turned this into my workspace. I don't have a desk anymore. I gave it to Jack. And this I'm actually a little bit nervous about. Like I said, I'm not allowed to actually hang anything into the walls, and so I've been using command strips, only to find out the command strips doesn't work for everything. And so when I tried hanging this, I actually used the command strips originally, like the regular ones, and it lasted for like a day and a half. It lulled me into a false sense of security, and then it collapsed in the middle of the night, which is why, as you can see, the Harry Potter Lego set advent calendar is put away, because it landed directly on my advent calendar and destroyed everything that I built. Yeah, that was a little bit heartbreaking, and I'm not about to rebuild everything. I just don't have the energy for it. We actually have never gotten around to finishing the advent calendar. I think we're still like 4 or 5 days off. We'll eventually get to it, preferably sooner rather than later, because I am going to have to finally take the tree down. I'm not gonna lie, it's almost rather poetic justice that it landed on the Harry Potter set. But I got distracted by the painting for a second. But yeah, the dining table is now my workspace because Jack actually works from home most of the time now. He's actually in the office today, surprisingly. And he needed an office, which is why we got this place that had 2 bedrooms, and I just gave him the desk since I didn't necessarily need it. And now we're in the bedroom, which is basically my space. Jack sleeps in here, and he has an end table, but he doesn't actually have any of his stuff in here. It's really all just mine. Yeah, so we got the doorway here. If you close it, I hung up some command hooks so I can actually hang my bathrobe. I even gave Jack one so he can have a little bit more stuff in here. And we have just some storage space. I wanted to hang that mirror there, but since the other painting collapsed, I just did not trust that to actually stand up on its own over there. So that's just there until I figure out what to do with it. I am going to have to get one of those like cheap thin mirrors to go right there, because I would like to have a full length mirror there. Just some decor, my glasses, our wand collection. Oh, see, Jack has some stuff in here because most of these are his. I think 3 of them are mine and 4 of them are his. Yeah, because the 2 McGonagall wands are mine and that birthday one is mine, and these 4 are Jack's. All right, some more storage space. Mostly my purses and my makeup. All my clothes are kept in that closet. And this is basically where I stuck all of my desk stuff. As soon as I got rid of the desk, I kind of we got this entertainment center so we could put a monitor and Roku in here so we can actually watch TV. And I kind of just used it as a place to keep all my desk stuff that I used to keep in the desk. All of the books I currently have checked out. Yeah, I was not kidding when I said I had like a pile of stuff to finally go through. More storage space. My hats, and my patches and pin collection. If you couldn't tell, when I have an interest, I hyperfixate on it, and I get a lot of the same thing. So I love hats, freaking adore hats, and I mostly collect pins and patches because I just love pins and patches. And the artwork that I used to keep in that little filming nook I had at the old place, I just put it in here. And all the closets are basically this size. See all my clothes and all my freaking shoes. Oh my God. Purses. Yeah, there's a closet in the living room, this bedroom, Jack's office, which we've realized that is originally meant to be a dining room because they have like that cabinet display thing in there where you're meant to actually put your dishes in, like your fancy dishes that you only use when you have people over. He uses that to display his nerdy stuff. There's a closet the same size in there as well as that display hutch, and then we have the exact same closet. Oh, trying to go back. In that corner right there behind the tree. And they're all pretty much the same size. And so we actually finally have a coat closet because we have a lot of coats. No, I'm lying. I have a lot of coats. Jack has a reasonable amount of like 3 or 4 coats. I have like 8 coats. Like I said, once I find something I like, I tend to hyperfixate on it. But this is the place. I absolutely adore this fireplace that's here. We were blessed to have gotten a fireplace insert from my in-laws for Christmas. The downside is we've realized that it easily trips the breakers, so we lose power at half the apartment. But that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So we quickly learned that we can't have the tree and the fireplace going at the same time because that's what trips it. But like, this is such a great place. Granted, there's stuff that's wrong with it. Oh, speaking of which, granted, there's stuff that's wrong with it. But I fixed the toilet. The toilet's nice and clean. See? I won against the toilet. Mostly. But from the angle how most people see it, I fixed the toilet. That took 2 more like full deep cleaning scrubs after filming the last vlog to finally get rid of all of that. Which is one of the things that is like slightly wrong with the place. There's lights that we eventually need to replace the bulbs because the landlord said he won't do it. Because of the hard water that we have here, I've noticed that it's rusting the little tray thing in the dishwasher, and I think we eventually need to get the filter in that thing cleaned out, but this is still 10 times better than the other place. We pay less here. It's far more convenient for me to get to work. The electricity here is incredibly cheap. This is an upgrade. Such an upgrade. But yeah, but now that we've seen the place, let's actually go over what I read New Year's Eve. I had said in the last clip that I'm really going to try to do this one last prompt, which was like read something that's like slightly hidden. And so I did that. So let's actually go grab it while I'm talking about it. So this was Donner. Read something that has something hidden inside of it, which was worth 15 points. And I said I wanted to read this, which is the Father Christmas letters. Ooh, I'm probably going to have to move. Hold on. There we go. Let's move my sewing projects. Oh, there. Okay, this is what I read New Year's Eve, the Father Christmas letters. It is starting to get a little rough looking. I made the mistake of having it travel with me the last time I read it for a readathon, which I believe was for my readathon, the Lord of the Rings readathon that took place not this past summer, but the summer before. And it's definitely not meant to be taken away on any trips anymore. Granted, this is a very old book. Anyways, but if we open it up, if we take off the dust jackets, there we go. We have something hidden inside of it. So that was Donner, 15 points. And that was the last thing I read for this readathon. If you're unfamiliar with this book, it's basically a collection of the letters J.R.R. Tolkien wrote to his kids as Father Christmas. It's so cute. He would not only like write, say, oh, how you doing? But he would also write like little battles that was happening at the North Pole. Like the goblins kept attacking Santa Claus and the polar bear kept causing mischief. It's really cute. And he would also draw pictures to go along with these letters. And hands down, this is one of my favorite things to read at Christmas. I try to read it every year. I freaking love it so much. So that was 15 points. And so at this point, I have completed all but one of the challenges and like the special extra challenges. So, and the one that I didn't complete was the read something that intimidates you, which was worth like 30 points. So unfortunately, I didn't get that. But this was still really good in comparison to what I thought I was going to do, since this past month was me moving in. So a total, I got 130 points for team stocking. Actually, I'm gonna stop filming for a second and we're gonna see who won in the overall like team rankings, because there was like 3 other teams as well. There was team stocking, team snowflake, and a couple of other teams. To be honest, I didn't necessarily care about them because it was like, all right, I'm team stocking. We're gonna make some points for team stocking. Oh, and now that I'm thinking about it, because it was New Year's Eve, I don't think I actually had time to submit my last points. Oh, that's a shame. That's okay though. It's too late now. We're not gonna worry about it. But let's see. I'm gonna stop filming for a second. Let's see who won. So my team did not win. I'm gonna put like the standings in this corner here. But I guess congratulations, Team Snowflake. So that's it. After finishing this, I literally had put on the ball drop, and then Jack and I FaceTimed with these couple that we're both friends with. So we FaceTimed them for the rest of the evening, and honestly, they stayed up later than I thought they would. They eventually like called it a night, maybe 5-10 minutes before the ball dropped. And so it was just Jack and I for the rest of the evening. But we did participate in his family's tradition of like eating grapes at the ball drop. I'm supposed to do that, and he's actually supposed to like sweep the dirt out of the door to like sweep out the bad luck for the year. That's something that his family does, and so of course that's something we made sure to do. I got him to film it, so here you go.
Happy New Year, baby.
Yeah, that is officially it. I am all settled in my new place. I think the only thing we have left to do is hang up curtains, which I've said several times at this point, but that probably won't happen for a couple of months now, because I'm probably going to need just some settling time before I go out and finally get the the command curtain rods, because like I said, we're not supposed to actually nail anything in. Tell me what you've read this past month. Did you participate in this readathon? Did you do anything for the holidays despite it being the pandemic? I hope you had a safe and wondrous holiday. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I guess it's ta-ta for now. Bye, guys.